Microsoft's latest gaming console is here. It's faster, more powerful, and supports true 4K HDR gaming. But is it worth the upgrade? I'm Tommy, this is GadgetsBoy, and this is our review of the brand new Xbox One X. If you're coming from the Xbox One or the One S, rejoice because the new One X is backwards compatible, and not only can you play everything that the Xbox One can play, and vice versa, but all the Xbox One accessories will work as well. So things like your controllers, headsets, Xbox One remotes, and even the USB webcams that I don't know if anyone still uses these days anyway, but that would work perfectly fine. Design wise, the Xbox One S is quite minimalist in design and would look really nice next to your 4K TV setup for sure. You get 3 USB ports for charging your controller and migrating from your old Xbox if you like to. You have 1 HDMI in and 1 HDMI out port, 1 Ethernet port for the fastest possible internet connection that you can get for when you're gaming online like Call of Duty. I won't bother you with all the other ports that are here, but you can get the gist. You can see them all there. You get all the essentials that you need to get started, including even optical ports as well. On the front, you get a disk drive, and even though you can download most games now online without the need for a drive, you're still useful for playing things like UHD Blu-ray DVDs. For example, I've got Planet Earth here, which looks amazing. It looks fantastic. Positioning the Xbox One S is up to you, but I tend to place mine upright depending on what mood and what setup I've got going on. Just like the Xbox One S is super quiet, and you have to really put your ears next to it to really hear it make any noise. And even when you're playing processor and graphics intensive games, you're fine. You can hardly hear anything here at all. Moving on to how powerful this thing actually is. So Microsoft said this is the most powerful gaming console there is, and you can't deny it. You can't prove them wrong right now. I know PC gamers will be quick to get on that hype and be like, we've been there, done that, this is not as powerful as you guys are hyping on about. But when it comes to console gaming, this thing is hella powerful. Perhaps Microsoft wants a slice of the PC gaming market, who knows, but this thing is punching for sure. If we really want to get technical, the One X would deliver 6 teraflops of graphic computations per second versus the PS4 Pro, which is only 4.2. Let that sink in just for a second. I mean, game developers have also compared this to the power of what you'd get in, say, GeForce GTX 1070 graphics processor. So you can just imagine what you can just really get out of this console. Elsewhere, you get 2.3 GHz 8-core AMD Jaguar processor compared to what's in the PS4 Pro's 2.1 GHz. And you get 12 GB RAM here versus the PS4 Pro's 8 GB RAM. So again, you are packing in a lot in this box here. I know what you're thinking though, what about gaming? How does it actually work? I know Gears of War is not on my screen right now, but if you were to get Gears of War 4, which I played during launch, you can see it in HDR mode. You can really get what this is really like. You can see all the fast frame moving, the fast frame rate, there's no issue at all. However though, what I've got in front of us is Forza Motorsport 7. It's one of my favorite games, and when you play this thing, you can just see the graphics, you can see the level of details that you can see in the car, the helmet, the driver, the movement, everything is just so super sharp, and this it's just hard to describe, but you have to see it in person to fully appreciate what I'm talking about here. And then when you play Call of Duty as well, it just looks fantastic. The details in the building, the gun, the weapon, the players, the movement, there's no judder, there's no jittering. It's just perfect in my opinion. I can't complain there at all. At the time of this review, only a few games were available to play in Xbox One X enhanced mode, and what that means is you get the full detail like your 4K, etc. But hopefully by the time you guys get hold of this game console itself, you'll be able to have up to 80 more games available to you. So you can enjoy things like Gears of War 4, Forza Motorsport 7, Assassin's Creed Origins. There's loads of games to be played here. If you don't have a 4K TV though, Xbox has this thing called super sampling. So Microsoft have allowed developers to create something where they can develop their games to be super sampled so it looks better even on 1080p TVs. So what this means is if you get Xbox One X and you've got standard 1080p TV, listen, you're still going to get a really sharp display than you would have gotten on your Xbox One S, for example, with 1080p TV. So that's not the end of the world at all. If you have a 4K TV for about $500 price point, this is no brainer really. This is a really fantastic gaming console. And if you don't, you can still upgrade if you're happy with super sampling, which should bring some of those improvements to its graphics performance even on a 1080p TV. So you still get better graphics with super sampling. You place games at high resolutions and with buttery-smooth frame rates compared to the PS4 Pro. This is definitely the most powerful on paper, and even face-to-face in person, it looks fantastic. What you really need to consider when you're thinking of buying one of these is, are you happy with Xbox titles that are available right now and what's to come? Do you have a 4K TV? If not, Are you happy to pay for that also on the side to add to it as a package? All in all, this is a console built for the future. I think it's really powerful and perhaps ahead of its time. I don't think you need to upgrade anytime soon if you get one of these. This will last you for a while. Anyway, that's been my Xbox One X review, guys. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like it, hit thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully see you in the next one. Peace.